Hi, my name is Nathan Gelati, owner of NRG Audio, and today I'd like to present to you our newest distortion pedal, the Krunch King. The Krunch King can do everything from a low-gain 1960s plexi-type tone up to a modern hard rock and extreme metal tone. Using a couple innovative new features, the Krunch King allows you to shape your tone in many ways that most distortion pedals would only dream of offering. I'm really excited to show it to you, so let's check it out. Okay, so first we're going to go over the controls. In the top left corner is the drive control. This controls the amount of gain and can go anywhere from a very, very low gain vintage type tone all the way up to a high gain metal monster. Oh yeah. In the top right we have the volume control. This simply controls the output volume. Now, on this pedal, this control is very, very important, because while it's a distortion, the different clipping options have many different output volumes, so you can use this to fine tailor it. With no clipping options, you can actually use this pedal as more of an overdrive than a distortion. Okay, starting on the bottom left, we have the depth control. All the way to the left will give you a very tight mid-range focus sound, and all the way to the right will give you a very woolly vintage sound. The basic rule of thumb for this control is the farther you turn it to the right, the more depth and the more bass and fatness you're going to get out of your amp. This is one of the key and unique features to getting so many sounds out of this pedal. It works in conjunction with the drive and is setting the gain structure of the whole pedal. When you turn it to the right more, you're getting more distortion in the bass and a lower overall gain, but a much fatter sound. This pedal has enough gain where you can get an extremely fat sound out of it, so gain should not be the issue. Next to the depth control, we have the presence control. This allows you to dial in the bite of the pedal. Once you start turning it to the right, you could start getting a very, very, very aggressive sound. When you start dialing down the depth and turning up the presence, you can get a very, very percussive type tone almost out of it. The presence control, when you start rolling it down, will just round your tone out more, but in conjunction with the depth control, allow you to get more depth to it. A lot of pedals, when you roll down the presence control, you're not getting any more fatness out of them, you're just rolling off the highs. With this pedal, you can get more fatness and roll off the highs. And then next to that, we have the tone control. The tone control just lets you set the overall character of the pedal to whatever you desire. The tone and presence control are very, very, very independent and affect different frequency ranges. Okay, so all the way on the left, you're going to have your modern clipping options. Both of these options are going to result in a pretty large volume drop, but much more intense distortion and a very, very, very tight bass and mid-range. The options over here on the right are much more vintage voiced. A good place to start, or at least my favorite one, is with this switch up and this switch down. But of course you could do both of these down, this one up, just this one, etc., etc. What this matrix lets you do is it essentially allows you to do many different forms of asymmetrical and symmetrical clipping. So you can get a wide variety of different tones and, more importantly, different feels out of the pedal. This setting over here, the down, is going to be the most intense and extremely tight. The dynamics of the pedal are going to be a little bit more limited, but you're going to get a much more tight, crunchy sound. In the up position, it's the same, but you're going to get a different overtone that you cannot control with the different controls on the pedal. It's the same with all these different modes. This right here, I like to, well, I sort of jokingly call it the gooey setting, because you get a pretty decent crunch out of the pedal, but a very, very, very dynamic response. And that's essentially why this clipping matrix is so powerful, because you can get very different feels, responses, and dynamics out of the pedal. I encourage you to check out some of our demo videos so you can hear it in action. It's much easier to play with it than it is to listen to it being explained. Thanks for checking out the NRG Audio Krunch King. I really hope this video has helped shed some light on how powerful this distortion pedal really is. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit me up on the links below. I'm always down to meet some cool musicians, and I love talking about gear, so feel free to give me a ring, email, you name it, I'll answer it. Anyways, have a great day.